Hi there, Sagittarius. Welcome to your end of May 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Rena here. Well, being a Sun and Sag myself, uh, I'm recording this on the 21st, and on the 23rd, we have a full moon in our sign at almost 3 degrees of Sagittarius. So, those of you who are early sun signs, this is going to be right on top of your sun. I have Mercury at 3 degrees of Sagittarius, so you may have other inner planets that are at early degree of Sag where this is going to fall. Or, if it's your ascendant, I don't, I make these videos usually for the sun sign, but people do listen sometimes for their ascendant. And plus, I'm talking about the astrology anyhow, so I don't want to confuse that with the tarot. Okay. All right. Starting off very well. Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Ah, these are relatively new cards and they're glossy. Sometimes they're hard to pick up. And what will be the final card? Cut this. Oh no. I mean, I really don't. Wow. Okay. I'm tempted to, I'm gonna just pick one more card here. I hope it's, oh my gosh. Wow. How many major arcana cards do I have here? This is absolutely crazy. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and I only picked 7 cards. That's if you understand what that means, there's 22, there's only 22 out of 78 cards that are major arcana. So statistically, this is wild. Major arcana cards in a reading, and this is supposed to be just for the last 10 days of the month, can mean that it's very eventful, that major change. And like I said, there is going to be a full moon in our sign, so maybe it will be a game changer for some people. The heart of the matter is the King of Pentacles. This is very good for money. On the mundane level, it might be that you're consulting a financial advisor. The King of Pentacles can be anyone who works in the banking field or I suppose, like investments and, like stockbrokers and bankers, financial advisors, accountants. But it just in general, it can mean, becoming a very, on top of your game financially. Now, I find that when I pick cards for short periods of time, like half of a month, that it's also always grandiose. And I'm like, it can't possibly be all, of course, being a Sag, everything blows up. So I want you to just forget about time frames and just think about it in 2024, maybe for the rest of this year. This theme of having financial mastery in some way. Now, I mean, I have to go here but this is a past position. So we've got the Death card. Now, you know what I'm thinking actually is Pluto being in the second house in Capricorn and how that may have transformed some people's ideas about money, because Pluto is one of the rulers of Scorpio, and actually the Death card is connected to Scorpio. So Pluto is going to go back into Capricorn for a couple of months in the fall, from September until November. And so that might be the last gasp of anything connected to that. Some of you may have already mastered wealth, and the King of Pentacles is current. The first card that I pick is like the central theme. It doesn't mean that you have arrived at that point, but it can be your concerns, like, having that kind of mojo or mastery over money. And for some of you, it might have been through an inheritance that you got it. Now, of course, this could be something in the future, I suppose, but uh, the way that these cards are laid out, there's certain positions that they're supposed to be about. So I'll leave that up to you. The higher message is a Wheel of Fortune. The reason that I kind of oohed and ahed when I got this is because it is connected to Jupiter, which is our ruler. So Jupiter is going into Gemini, the opposite sign of Sagittarius. And if you have your natal Jupiter in Gemini, you're having your Gemini return, and I am. So that could also be significant since Gemini is the ruler of Sag. So if you're having, a Jupiter return, or if you have had that, if your Jupiter is in Taurus and you've had that, then this is kind of like, as the higher message, it's saying that this is part of the alignment. The Wheel of Fortune is all about cycles of life. So even, when we look at the death card and we think, oh my God, someone has died or will die or something, well, that's part of the cycles of life. And, some people are afraid of that. A lot of people are afraid of death, whether it's their own death or somebody that they love, obviously. But when you live in alignment with it, it's like that song, Turn, Turn, Turn. There's a season for, one thing and a season for another. And, in this deck that's faithful to the Rider-Waite deck, they have the person that's at the bottom of the wheel. Sometimes you're on top, and I think that Sages are currently on top. You have to really embrace that you're in alignment with a new cycle. But I do think that something is ending as well, because the last card is the World. That's the last card of the major arcana. Again, that could be something that's ending at the full moon. What crosses you is the Nine of Swords. Have you felt increased anxiety lately? There has been an interpretation that the flowers on the bedspread indicate that somebody is making mountains out of molehills, that maybe you're worried about something that has not manifested and will likely not manifest, but you're just, doing what if. I think when there's a lot of change, as these major arcana cards suggest, and again, I'm not going to say it's in the last 10 days of May, but just in the future, that it can be overwhelming. And it might get activated at the time of that full moon. Let's put it that way. And it kind of, increases the tendency for things to happen. By not resisting change, I think that's where a lot of the grace comes in. We've just been through eclipse season, and that might be part of, for everyone, what is going on, and heightened. But of course, again, with the full moon, there could be heightened psychic activity, and that could bring out some of the shadow, the fears. I think for a lot of Sagittarius, this is actually going to be in the 12th house. So that can certainly stir up ghosts. What's coming in? Six of Cups. This is very nostalgic energy, connected to the sign of Cancer, the past, connected to children, connected to soulmate energy. So maybe for some of you, yes, definitely, Yeah, why didn't I think of this? Duh. When you have a full moon, the sun is in the opposite house at the exact same degree. So this aspects the seventh house of committed partnership. What that can indicate for Sagittarius is that maybe you are letting go of a relationship. Perhaps it is with the King of Pentacles. Maybe it was with somebody who is an earth sign, and maybe that relationship is over with. The death card, meaning even if you haven't physically split up with that person, the emotions are not there anymore. Six of Cups can be soulmate. Somebody from your past, somebody from your childhood, or, I think adolescence could qualify. And so you have this full moon at the end of May, and then you have a new moon in June, and not to mention, you had a solar eclipse in Aries, which hit the fifth house of romance. So maybe that is something. If you have some kind of childhood passion or love, for something, and that could be fifth house triggered as well, this may be coming into fruition for you even more strongly. The outcome is the Tower, and I did pick an additional card. The Tower can be like a sudden release. So if you've been resisting the ending of something, the universe could help you out a little bit there. Might be a little bit messier if you're not taking the reins, but it is what it is. And you may feel like something has to give anyway. So whatever happens, the dust will eventually clear. And it's like this sudden, maybe it's like a sudden ending to a long drawn out relationship that was dying. Clarification card, the World card couldn't be any more clear. The end of an era. Again, full moons can bring things to fruition, to awareness, but to endings. Embracing the change, is to me the way to go. And also understand that the aftermath of the eclipse season could be playing itself out, because even with the solar eclipse in the fifth house, it's still triggering change in love for you. All right, that's what I have for you, Sag. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, be it astrology or tarot, I have some package deals going on, as well as individual readings with different types of topics. You can find out more information at the link below. Thanks for watching. Bye.